junction here. Yeah, you've got to look at, keep looking to the left, keep looking to the right, keep looking to the left, keep looking to the right. Come on, right, come on, we can go now. Right, yeah, it's not good. But, and welcome to the channel. We're on our way down. We're doing 32 miles per hour already. Oh, fuck's sake. Slow down. No, don't. Speed up. Right, we're going down to... Is this a channel update? Turn the stereo down. Right, what we had... quite an interesting morning going over the stuff. I need to fucking put air in that tyre. It's fucking flat. Front near side tyre. It's not flat, it just needs a little bit of air. You can feel it in the steering. That's the thing about being in tune with your car, you know. Something to wonder about people when things happen, it's because they're not in tune with the car. And that's the way we're being bred. Well, the corporations are breeding us to be useless eaters. That we can't change a tyre or we can't change a bulb. We're just useless. And the ultimate goal would be for us to be stuck in a 15-minute gulag, not able to do anything, dependent on global corporations to supply us with processed food and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that is not a conspiracy theory, it's a real possibility. Right, we get a learner here. So we got I'd rather be driving the white car. I've finally decided that overall, all things considered, the C4 Grand Picasso with 2 litre HDI engine is just so much nicer to drive, and this as it should be. It's more modern. There's a truck there. Truck spotting, yes. Graham's butter. Yeah. And so what have you been going on about this morning? Right. Okay. We had well, there's various arguments ongoing, but the one was about the trans thing, the Kirkcaldy nurse thing. So there's a sort of culture war going on with that. So this guy mentioned this, but I think I've really fucked him right off actually, but he mentioned this woman who's been and this is an example of how lies get spread. She's been granted asylum, and she's a Brazilian woman, and she's a women's, well, let's say, like, she says she's a women's rights campaigner, right, an activist. So she's been granted asylum in Europe, a European country, I'm not sure exactly which one, over misgendering a politician in Brazil. And so these activists, so this guy mentioned this to me, and I ignored it because I really don't know anything about it. So I keyed it into Google and I found out a bit about this. So I'm thinking, how would you get why would you be sentenced to 25 years in jail for misgendering someone? That just doesn't make sense. So I think what they're doing is they're promoting this woman, or the right-wing feminist types, the ones like J.K. Rowling types. They're promoting this woman as some kind of hero, and then I don't know what else she's been convicted of. Bearing in mind that Brazil is not a dictatorship. You know, where you could be. It's better if you indicate when you're coming off there, Honda. You know, it's not a dictatorship. It's a reasonable country, you know, with laws and all the rest of it. So what the fuck did she do to get 25 years? So she's been granted asylum, which is for asylum seekers, like refugees. So this is actually a criminal well, I don't know which country it is. Is it Poland or Hungary? I don't know which country's done that. You can't do that. You're in the wrong fucking lane. You can't. Fuck's sake. Right. So we need to turn off here. We could go away around the back. Could have done that. Like, got an umpty driving today. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's very, very. God, there's fucking loads of people in here. Very strange. So I think what you need to do if you're sitting there and you've got some kind of hero that you're pushing, you have to be very careful. This has happened all the time, isn't it? You found somebody on some cause, right? Cycling on the pavement, who gives a fuck? Look like a jakey. Not a Jakey Rowling, a Jakey. That's what they call them in the Borders. Well, I think that's. I don't know if they call them it. So a ne'er-do-well. That you celebrate someone who's actually a criminal for your cause. So this is an example of, you don't want extremists. So if you're a woman who's campaigning for you don't like transgenders or whatever, right? It all boils down to hatred and division, doesn't it, really? I mean, how can you really be a reasonable person and wish and promote something unreasonable? It's like there's somebody in the bike thing flying around the scooter. So it's the stay out of that bus, stay out of that fucking bus. Right, we've got a red light here. Keep clear, it says, so we'll keep it clear. This is probably the worst fucking way to come. What, you come this way for, you fucking idiot. Right, so I've been on about the other guy. I'm doing a debrief about getting rid of that guy last night. The guy that was comparing me to Stephen Hawking and getting really horrible, and I don't like horrible people coming on the channel, but I should be able to deal with them, and I'm feeling like I failed somewhat because I should have just ignored them, but I didn't. So I went and reported all his comments to YouTube for bullying and harassment. I don't really want like horrible people coming on. If you don't like me, what's the point coming on and watching all the videos? I really don't get that at all, but that's another thing. So I was kind of debriefing myself over that. Another thing that I learned was, now I forget the name of this guy that I watch. He helps you how to deal with people. There's a woman said to me yesterday, I've known this lady for years, and I believe she's got a narcissistic personality disorder. She said to me, do you live in a council house? So she's trying to find out. I hadn't met her for like 20 years, and I bumped into her again after these years, and I tried to get away from her because I thought she's bad news, Well, she was bad news years ago, right? And then I'm starting to soften up, going, well, she wasn't all that bad, etc, etc, etc. Do you live in a council house? And I says, no, I live in a 5-bedroom mansion. And then I thought, well, that was the wrong thing to say. That was the wrong answer. And that's the problem with giving people answers off the cuff, just boom, like that. And it's like, so I was watching this guy, what the fuck's his name? I forgot his name. And he says you can use what they're saying in the answer. So instead of going, I live in a 5-bedroom mansion, I should have says, council house? Do I live in a council house? I'm going to try that at this group. If there was a woman, I don't know if she's going to be here, but she does say some pretty strange things. And I need to slow down a bit. I think so. If you're with, so there's a problem with me being open, I can create art because I am open now. So the problem is, I'm also open to narcissists, right? And I'm also open to bad stuff because I am open, right? So when I recognise that some people have narcissistic traits, I need to close the doors so they don't get into my psyche. So this lady said, do you live in a council house? I think she's trying to find out what my status is, and she'll be comparing my status with her status, and for some pointless reason, because it doesn't matter, does it? But that's what narcissists do, and that's why she is the way she is, and that's why I am the way I am. And in the whole grand scheme of things, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Either way or the other. I mean, where I live or what I live in and what you live in, and it's all just quite. Some people get lucky, some people make the right decisions. These things can work out better for some people, work out worse for other people. But a lot of it is down to your own competency and your own decisions that you make, tied into attitude. And Jordan Peterson talks about this all the time. But I availed myself the opportunity to listen to Jordan Peterson, so I understand a lot of that stuff. But if you're not going to, or you're not going to try and enlighten yourself, there's no point in carrying on being bitter all the time about all sorts of stuff, right? So the question, if you get asked a question, you've got to identify whether it's narcissistic or not. And I think that question was also nosy. What I tend to do with people is, if I want to find out if somebody lives in a council house, right, not that I want to in particular, but they'll tell you. Let them tell you, and that's it's like a fair. You're in a fair exchange if somebody wants to tell you to live in a council house, right? And if actually where I am right now is Riverside in Stirling. Council houses to the right of me. I mean, this is like, so what's the point of this? Well, they're towards £300,000, right? Or 250. There'd certainly be, there'd be over £250,000 for us. I think a semi-detached council house to the right of me would be, there were 200,000 5 years ago. There'd be 250,000 certainly, yeah. So, you know, so fucking what? It doesn't fucking matter whether it's a council house or whether it's not a council house. And that maybe is, this lady is about 70, so the young people might not understand really why somebody would say, are you living in a council house? It means something, right? So it's a council scheme. So council houses were built and then Margaret Thatcher put them up for sale and people bought them. And some people didn't buy them, and those that didn't buy them failed in that, the opportunity to get free wealth. Right, thanks so much and bye. Please like, share and subscribe.